All right, markup and discount. Markup is the amount a product is increased by. Stores and businesses need to mark up their products so they can make a profit. But businesses don't want to mark up their products too much, or their stores would be empty. Nobody would buy them. All right, for example, let's say a clothing store marks up their clothing by 65%, and the store purchases a pair of jeans for $12. Find the markup and the sale price. Okay, I'm going to underline the two things we need. We need the markup and the sale price. That means what you pay in the store for those jeans. And our formula for markup is markup equals the percent of markup multiplied by the store's cost. In other words, how much the store pays for that product before they sell it to you. So in this case, we need to find the markup, which means we don't know it. So I'm going to call that markup my x. It's my variable. The percent of markup, I want to write it as a decimal. I'm going to make a note of that right here. It's as a decimal. So 65% is what I'm looking at. To make that a decimal, I just move it 2 to the left, or divide it by 100. So it'd be 0.65. And then the store's cost, in other words, how much did the store pay for it? $12. So I just multiply that by $12. And I can do that off to the side. So 0.65 times 12. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry it, I get 13. 0 for place value, I get a 5 and then a 6. And then I add them up. 0.87, there we go, 780, but I have two numbers behind the decimal here, so I need to have two numbers behind the decimal there. So X is going to be $7.80. That's how much it's marked up by. So there's my markup. So to find the sale price, what do you think we do? Well, it's marked up from $12. That's right, we add it back to the store's cost. So for the sale price, I'm just going to add the $12 to the $7.80. And I should get $19.80 when I do that. And that's the sale price. And I'm not sure these jeans fit. We should probably take those back, get a different size. I don't know. You know, it's also good to estimate to see if your answer makes sense. Like I know 65% is more than 50%, and I know 50% means half, so half of 12 is 6. So I know the markup's more than $6, and we got $7.80. So that seems reasonable. And I always want to make sure that my sale price is more than my store's cost, because the store has to make money on what they sell. Otherwise, nobody is in business. All right, let's move on over to discount. We've talked about markup. Let's talk about discount. So discount is the amount a product is decreased by. And take a look at these shoes. Imagine they were on the shelf at a store. Think about how many times they might be looked over and not bought or not purchased. Yep, my reaction exactly. But imagine the price was discounted. And then Halloween is approaching. Oh, that might be part of a good costume. but only if the price is lowered. Would you even consider buying that for a costume, I'm guessing? So stores do this all the time. They run discounts, especially for items that people don't typically want, that they want to get off the shelf, and it's okay if they don't make a lot of money on it, or even any money on it. I don't know, maybe this do look good on this guy. All right, maybe not. All right, let's say a tennis racket was priced at $140.90, and then it went on sale for 20% off. Find the discount and the sale price. So these are the two things we're trying to find. And I'm going to give you a formula to deal with discount. It's similar to our markup. It's going to be discount equals the percent of discount multiplied by the regular price. Alright, so this is very similar to the markup equation. So what is our discount? Well, that's what it says to find, so that's our x. So I'll start there. And then the percent of discount. And how do we write percents in equations? That is correct, as a decimal. So let's plug that in. So 20% off, if I move that over 2 spots to the left, becomes 0.2. And then the regular price is what it was priced at. So it was $140.90. So I multiply that by $140.90. Now I could just multiply those across. I could just multiply those together. So 0.2 times 140.90. I'm going to give you an even easier way. You see, with 10%, all you need to do with 10% is move the decimal 1 to the left to make it smaller. That's all we have to do. This is 20%. So 20% is double 10%. So we just move it 1 to the left and then double it. So let's do that. So 140.90 becomes 1 to the left would be 1490, or excuse me, 14.09. And then if we double 14.09, it becomes 2818. There we go. So it's $28.18 is our discount. In other words, that's how much the price dropped. So that answers our first question. Find the discount. Now to find the sale price, it dropped $28.18 from the regular price. So since it's dropping, that indicates subtraction. So we're going to take our original amount, the $140.90. We're going to subtract our discount amount of $28.18. And I need to borrow there. Bring the decimal straight down. I'll borrow here. And I get 10 minus 8 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 minus nothing is 1. So it's $112.72 is our new price, also known as our sale price. And this problem just makes me want to play tennis. Alright, so the sale price is really just the regular price minus the discount. This is a way you can always arrive at it, but I really like the shortcut. Yes, I said shortcut. I knew you'd get excited. So the shortcut is, so for example, let's say that the number 12 increased by 65%. Find the new amount. Well, since I know it increased, I know I'm going to be adding. So I'm adding that whole amount. So if I'm adding the whole amount, I'm adding, that's 100%. So it's 100% plus the 65%. And these equal, obviously, 165%. But all I need to do is make that a decimal. So left 2, that becomes 1.65. So if it says increase, we add 100% to it. And then we just multiply. So 12 times 1.65 would be my shortcut. Now that same question, if it would have been read differently, 12 decreased by 65%, like this, then decreased indicates that we are subtracting. So we're taking 100% of the whole amount and we are subtracting 65%. So what is 100 minus 65? 35%. So it would be 35% of 12. And again, we know that we need to make our percent a decimal. We know of means multiply. So it's 0.35 times 12. So that's the shortcut to find the new amount. If it's increased, add 100% to it. If it's decreased, subtract it from 100%. And really, that's all there is to it. And that wraps up markup and discount.